What's up, Tua Nation? It is your girl Tua, and welcome back to another Money Talk. In today's video, we're going to be talking about budgeting and the importance thereof. But before we dive into this video, two things. One, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute as financial advice. And two, y'all know I'm big on transparency, so at the end of this video, I'll be sharing with you my struggles when it comes to budgeting and how my skills have evolved over the years. Because full disclosure, I struggle like everybody else. I don't have it down to a T. So let's dive right into this video. So what is budgeting? Budgeting is the act of creating a spending plan, and that spending plan is called a budget. In other words, a budget is a spending plan that allows us, me and you, to tell our money where it needs to go, because you and I, we work too damn hard for our money, so we shouldn't give it the freedom to tell us where it needs to go. You know, when it comes to us saying, oh no, I want to go to Markham's, I want to go to Foschini, I want to go to Pick and Pay, we need to sit it down and ask it, you want to go to Foschini to go and do what? You are going in an investment account, a savings account, an emergency fund. End of discussion, darling. Your money shouldn't be sitting on your head giving you unnecessary headaches, because why? You are the master and you are in control. But how do you get in control? You get in control by creating a budget. Let's look at the components of a budget. A very basic budget has two components. One, it's income, and the other is expenses. Income is the money that comes in, and expenses is the money that goes out. These are normally the elements we spend our money on. And just a pro tip, make sure that your expenses never exceed your income. Because if your expenses are exceeding your income, that means that you are overspending. You are living beyond your means, and you are going to get in trouble for that. So don't do it. All right, so let's look at some of the reasons why budgeting is so important. Reason number one, it gives you clarity over your finances. When you have a budget in place, especially a written budget, it paints a clear picture of your finances. And I love this quote that says that clarity is power and vagueness is weakness. Reason number two, it helps us plan and achieve our goals. Now, some of us, me included, we have big goals, big unrealistic goals sometimes. But when you have a budget in place, you are able to see whether you can actually achieve that goal, and then you can plan for it. And it's also going to tell you how long it's going to take for you to achieve that goal. That way, it weeds out any unrealistic goals. I always like to say that a budget it's your gravity boots. It's that thing that keeps you grounded. Reason number three, a budget weeds out overspending. You know, when you look at your monthly budget, you are able to see where you are overspending money and where you need to cut back. And that actually helps you not to spend money that you don't have. Let me just be honest with you. I'm not mathematically blessed, okay? So this thing of having a budget in here, in my mind, I preach against it. It's always best to have a budget that is written down, because for me, I struggle mathematically. If I have to calculate and budget in my head, I'm telling you, I'm going to overspend every single month. I'm always going to go beyond my income. That is just a fact. So it's always best to have a written budget. I cannot stress this enough. Reason number four, it gives you control over your money. Look, I love being in control. And when you have a budget in place, you are able to control your money as opposed to your money controlling you. You are able to tell every single dollar where it needs to go. You're not going to wake up one day and money just walked out of your account and it just went missing and you don't know where it went. When you have a budget, you are able to control your finances. But the most important thing is you first need to control yourself, okay? Because if you can't regulate yourself, how do you think a budget is going to regulate your money? Self-regulation, very important. So let's convene in the transparency corner. Now, I believe in sharing my truth because it might just help somebody else. So let me tell my truth. For many years, my budget was more of a wish list than an actual budget. And why I say it was a wish list is because it never came to fruition. It was just something that was good for my ego. You know, I've got a budget in place, but I wasn't following it at all. So if you are struggling with budgeting, I just want to tell you that there is no judgment, because I have been there and I've also struggled and I'm still struggling. Even though I've gotten a little better at it, it's still a struggle. But I have a lot of empathy for you. And remember that with budgeting, you're not going to get it right the first time. You are going to struggle with it. You are going to do it the first time. It's not going to work. You're going to go back and you're going to go back until eventually you get it right. So just be kind to yourself, be patient. And while being patient, also be disciplined and committed. And eventually you are going to reap the fruits of your labor. So my budgeting skills have evolved over the years. When I initially started budgeting many moons ago, 19 for tech, my budgeting, my budget was a mental note. And y'all know I'm not mathematically blessed, so that didn't end well with me. And then it got to a point where I started writing it down. I literally just took a piece of paper and I just budgeted on a piece of paper, and it kind of worked for a while, but then over time I just decided, no, I'm over this because I still have to do the calculations myself and I don't have time for that. Plus mathematics, not my forte. So I moved to Excel and I started using other people's templates and they worked. And then eventually I was like, this is not giving me what I want, because for me, I'm a visual human being. So I want to see everything. Like I want to like a 12-month overview of my finances. I then end up creating my own budgeting template, which has worked for me. I mean, it's the thing I used when I was getting out of bed debt. It really worked for me. And I mean, it's so good that some of our family members and friends actually bought it from me. That's a humble flex right there. Thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, I'll be sharing with you the characteristics of a good budget. You know I love and appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. But wait, before I go, pro tip, make sure that your budget is written down. It should be a written plan, not a mental note, okay? Peace.